Okay, this is the follow-up to our ENER pick that we sent out last night. This is what the chart looked like on daily candles before today. As I scroll over, you can see today was just a very narrow, boring day. Let's go to 5-minute candles and show you how we handled this. Remember, we had a 519 potential catalyst, also 531 and 539, okay? We have what we call stacked catalysts. Well, anytime we have a rule in our chat room, anytime something triggers or hits one of the trigger prices in the first 5 minutes, we will pass on the trade. It doesn't mean we won't trade the stock. We might trade it later based on a low risk entry, but we won't take that entry. All right, and as you can see, this was the opening candle today. I'll kind of zoom in here. Here's the opening candle today, and it hit that 519 catalyst or trigger price in the first 5 minutes, so we sat on our hands and didn't take it. After this pullback, it put in this nice narrow, and I'll scroll over to show you what it looked like when I called it. Pulled back, took out the low of the day, but then for about 10 or 15 minutes put in a nice tight base, and the market started to bounce too. So I felt like ENER, the whole daily chart wasn't completely violated, and we had a nice low risk entry here. So I called it at 514 if it broke above this little base here with a stop at the low of the day. So if it got up above this base right in here, 514, worst case stop 509. So you're talking about a nickel per share risk. And you see on the very next candle it hit 514, worked its way up to like 522. I mean, not a horrible move for a $5 stock already. So we always teach our members to sell some into a rally, go to a break-even stop after that. Scrolling out for the whole day now. The actual break-even stop held all day, but we didn't hold this, or I didn't hold it throughout the whole day because it just never did continue. I said over 524, since it hit 524 a couple times here, 525, could get it through the high of the day, which could have gotten it through yesterday's high and maybe started the breakout. All right, but just didn't follow through. The market wasn't any help today either, and we had other issues too. Our chat room kept breaking down. I love our chat provider. I won't mention their name here, but there was technical issues all day with the chat room, so I couldn't get the charts to project all day. Sometimes voice wouldn't work. Sometimes I couldn't type. So it doesn't happen very often at all, but it didn't allow me to call very much in chat today. I will talk about a couple that I called. Again, we made a small trade in ENER today. One of our members, CAF, C-A-F-F, from the chat room, private messaged me today about Boeing, B-A. All right, Boeing, I looked at the daily after she PM'd me, you know, and realized, hey, that does look like something we would have had on Bounce Watch anyway. These are daily candles. It's just been off a cliff. And when she PM'd me, private messaged me, Boeing looked like this. These are 5-minute candles. This is all of yesterday's trading. So it had an early high. The 5-minute high was 63.50, sold off, and then had this tight base below that 63.50. Anytime we have something that we like as a bounce play on the daily chart, basically after 30 minutes of trading, if it trades in a narrow range, we like to try to find a way to buy the high of day break if it happens, because typically you get a little bit of short covering because it's so overdone to the downside. Well, this was even better because it had this nice tight base here that CAF spotted with the high of day still to the left, which helped us buy it without having to buy the high of day break. Okay, this wasn't even on watch, but it's just kind of a side benefit of the chat room. Sometimes our members see something that we love and will alert me, and then I was able to project the chart and show everybody the setup. So the way we play a base break with the high of day to the left on a stock that's been beaten senseless on the daily is, this is what it looked like again, we'll buy it if it breaks this base. Okay, so the high of this base, 63.41, right here, and then it was just a nice tight base. So 63.42, if it gets up there, would be a base break, and we're looking for, if that gets hit, within 5 or 10 minutes to get us through the high of the day, and then we know we might have more upside momentum because of that, because of the daily chart we just showed you. So get those lines out of the way. 63.42, and our stop would go below these recent candles at 63.30. So we're talking about 12 cents risk there. You can see it triggered right there. Didn't break the high of the day in the first 5 minutes, but the second 5 minutes right through the high of the day. So again, 63.42, 63.30 stop. That's 12 cents risk. And this worked its way all the way up to 64.10. So a nice move on 12 cents risk. And I don't believe it ever came back to the entry. So great spot by CAF in our chat room. And she's done that before, so hats off to her. And also another example, again, I didn't get out very many calls today, but I did call Akamai, AKAM, as a possible long, somewhere right around here. We caught this within a couple minutes of the low of the day with our stop right here. I was actually using 2-minute candles at the time, so I'll be able to tell you exactly what it was. The trigger was 46.34, worst case stop 46.09, so not very tight, but the stop never did get hit. And from 46.34, Akamai did make it up to 47.50. So actually over $1 move in our favor. So not a bad move there. Again, looking at it with 5-minute candles, we called it probably right there. That's supposed to be an arrow. So, and we did catch it within a couple minutes of the low of the day. But that's it. Again, an uneventful day. Had a lot of issues, technical issues. Hopefully, hopefully that's all fixed, and then tomorrow we can just get back to trading. So I'll quit babbling here, and we'll keep an eye on ENER. It still doesn't look bad, and we may still play it later this week. And if we do, I'll follow up with a video on that. So, all right, have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.